Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to check this short clip on leadership out again. It's Randall Doizaki. I'm sitting here at home in our library. Quick question for you. How many of you walk around looking down at your phone? I was out running errands earlier this morning. Sun comes up, we're up. And walking about, checking these things out, you see people walking across the parking lot where they're looking down at their phone and not paying attention to what's going on around them. From a military or law enforcement background, you got to keep your head on a swivel. You see what's going on. Just look around you. Quick little story. A number of years ago, I was sergeant with the sheriff's office assigned investigations. Had the opportunity to challenge one of our other supervisors. Walking down the hall of our main headquarters building, heading towards the stairs, I head upstairs, and as I walk down the hall, I'm approaching the employee parking lot. And I'm looking out the window at the door, and I see one of our other supervisors approaching the door, our dispatch supervisor. She's got her hands full, she's got her phone, and she's looking down and doing these things. Well, I was raised to be a gentleman, so as I approach the door, I step out, open the door, and hold the door for her. She's got her hands full. That's the right thing to do. That's polite. As she approaches the door, she reaches for it, doesn't even realize I'm standing there holding the door open for her. She gets that startled look. Oh, didn't even see it, Randall. And I said, ain't no use in looking down, there ain't no answer on the ground. Taking that from an old military cadence, when we're out running, ain't no use in looking down, ain't no discharge on the ground. We're out there, you get a bunch of Marines running and calling cadence, stomping boots and stuff. But I told her, I said, there ain't no use looking down, there ain't no answer on the ground. And she looked at me, what? I said, you're so busy looking at your phone, you're not seeing what's going on around you. And she kind of said, okay, yeah, I got a lot on my mind, a lot of stuff going on. So she's thinking about it, and you see the look on her face, she goes to drop us. So I talked to some of our other peers later that day about the same thing. How many of us do that? Simple rule in our house, you sit down at dinner, the cell phone goes on the counter, no phones at the table. We have conversations, family time, things like that. But even in general, we're currently running an academy for new officers, and we have to make it a directive in the academy. Put the phone down and look up, pay attention to what's going on. One, it's disrespectful you're looking at your phone all the time, especially in these classroom settings. Two, you're not giving it your full undivided attention. You might miss something during this. So going back to the employee looking at her phone, she came to me a couple days later and she said, you know what, Randall, you're right. She said she was out walking the dogs, same thing, same exact thing, looking down, walking the dogs, walking through the park, and she had to stop, take a breath, and look at the people having fun, look at what's going on around you. As a leader, if you're not looking up, if you're not paying attention to what's going on around you, you miss it. I've seen chief executive officers, everybody, they're so focused, they walk down the hall, somebody could be next to them waving or looking at them. You've got to be able to acknowledge and stop and turn and face them. Look at them, see what's going on. So leading on from that, for those of us that have children, think back to when they were coming out of elementary school. When our daughter was young, I'd go and pick her up from elementary school, and we'd switch out depending upon the day of the week. My wife would get her, I'd get her, our friends would get her, depending upon how we've got things worked out. But you watch these kids. They come out of that classroom. They come running out, and they're looking up. They're all excited. They're looking around, and they're seeing what's going on. They run up and see a teacher. If they're in third grade, they go and see their first grade teacher or something like that. You know, even at the high school, these kids come out, and they're looking around, who's watching me? Hey, I'm the big star on campus, this sort of thing. But as a leader, you've got to stop. Put the phone down. Look at what's going on around you. Grab a cup of coffee. Walk by it. Just see what's going on. Go and observe. Sit back and watch a little bit. I do a lot of that. I'll go and watch. They talk about managed by walking around or being boots on the ground. They've got that show out about bosses dressing down and being a new employee and watching. If you're not taking the time to look up, you're going to miss things. So you need to remember, ain't no use in looking down. There ain't no answer on the ground. You're not going to solve it by looking at your feet or looking at your phone. You might actually miss something. For us, You might miss a potential threat. You might miss something going on. You might miss that person walking out into traffic. Think about the kids at the schools. They're not paying attention because the drivers aren't. Drivers keep up and down the street, right on past those kids. So ain't no use in looking down. Ain't no answer on the ground. Thank you again for checking in. Feel free to reach out to me, Randall Doizaki. Stay safe. Have a good day.